Hello, welcome to Game 4 of this medium games match, HaloAndy versus SportingElijah. HaloAndy won the first two, and Elijah won the third, so we'll see if Elijah is able to even up the match here and get an even split, or if Andy is able to take the mini-match and get a 3-1 victory. Essentially, that 3-1 victory would guarantee Andy moving on to the next round of medium games. They may already have clinched a spot based on the standings. I haven't done a detailed analysis of that. Take a look at this kingdom. There are some very, very good cards here at first glance. You want to get a remake, you want to get a spices, or cities, bounty hunter, scraps, city. You just want most of the cards. Probably you don't ever buy a fortune teller or a Silk Road. I think you want to get a Canal. Canal does awkward things with Forge if you're playing with Forge. But Canal's so good that I don't think you can pass it up. So Elijah has the 2-5, which is nothing spices. If you have the 5-2, you can actually open spices remake, which would be pretty sweet. Andy gets silver bounty hunter. I think I'm on to opening remake first over bounty hunter because it trashes 2 at a time. The advantage to bounty hunter, of course, is you can get those 3 coins. You can buy bigger items when you draw that, but the remake I think just trashes a lot faster. We'll see what Elijah does here. They've got an early Canal, which is nice. They'll be able to buy stuff for cheaper. I assume Andy's going to follow here. So I really want remake here fairly strongly. Notably, there's no good draw in this kingdom. Once one of the piles is emptied, the cities will give you a plus card. And you can gain random Oasis with extra buys and then horse them, but that's pretty weak as far as draw goes. So I think getting very thin with remake is going to be very strong. Falconer doesn't do anything special once you've played Canal. So I think I'm going for, I may get a Falconer, but Falconer can gain you like an Oasis, which you can play as a lab with Way of the Horse. So like Falconer is a terminal lab. It's a lab. It's a lab. Yeah, you end up with a plus action at the end, I guess. I do not like the gold buy in this kingdom. I realize we're trying to get to platinum, but I really just want to get all the way thin with remake my estates into silvers. Maybe remake my silvers into a bounty hunter, and then my deck to be mostly spices, maybe a Falconer, and then start to get into provinces, start to get into platinum. Spice is very good here to help you smooth out these turns, especially like with a remake turn. If you could open 5-2 here, you'd open spices turn 1, remake turn 2. You'd lose your coffers, I guess, but you know, if you have spices around, you have a couple of coffers, then your remake turn, you're happy to trash a couple things, and down to you're happy to trash a couple coppers, then only have 2 coppers in hand, and then buy. Here you can buy Oasis, I guess, but if you have coffers and spices, you could buy a silver or something. Yeah, this Forge is slightly awkward. For example, if Canal wasn't in play, you could remake these 4 into province. But to an 8 cost. So here I assume you go 2 coppers and spices into spices. That seems strictly better to me because you get the 2 coffers out of it. And this turn all you're getting is 2 coins anyways. And the fortune teller is doing very, very little for your deck. So Elijah seems to be just going the more money-ish route. Not completely clear what Andy is doing getting the cities here. The spices pile will empty shortly, so the cities will activate, but you're drawing coppers and spices. I want to be drawing platinums and platinums, so it's not clear to me that having these extra cities is doing a ton for them, and there's no need for Elijah to actually get more spices. They've got plenty of spices now. Here they've got 16 they could even get. Well, let's figure out what Andy should do here. 10. I think this is just platinum Oasis. Cities. Yeah, so they can go even go Platinum Colony here. That doesn't seem bad. Spend 2 coffers, or they can go Platinum City. Yeah, Platinum Spices seems pretty nice. And now you've got a couple of extra coffers down, and you can just look to be colonying pretty much every turn for the rest of the game. I think they're a little bit thinner, not really significantly. And now now actually Andy should be quite a bit thinner with the Forge play. All those cards in the trash are from Andy. The problem is that the cities are still three turns away from piling. 3 buys away from piling at least, and it doesn't seem super easy for them to get that pile going. I think you can bounty hunt this fortune teller here. Bounty hunting the silver does something similar. They horse a bounty hunter. I'm not quite following what they're doing here. Again, you can forge 2 coppers and a spices into a spices. That feels like the best thing for their deck right now. But it looks like they're just going to go triple spices here now and activate their cities. Yeah, they just got rid of a lot of stuff there. Now Elijah, I think, can either grab just a province for 7 or like city something. The cities are labs now. This is actually a fine turn for Andy. They bottom decked a bunch of cities, but they've got a ton of money. So they can even consider going like triple city here, platinum city. They're banking on the fact that they've got a little bit of a thinner deck and a bunch of cities. Yeah, 4 cities seems like too much. They are going to draw a deck, and when you empty the city pile, they're going to have plus buy and a coin, but we're on a platinum colony game. 1 plus buy, 1 plus coin's not doing a ton for us here. We see sort of their maximum payload here is 16. And I assume they're just going to go double city colony here. Spend the last 2 coffers. And then their maximum payload is 26. So in theory, they can just double province now. Double colony now throughout. Elijah has a lot of VP here. So this should be colony and any action. Probably bounty hunter is the best action for them with the plan to horse it. Maybe Falconer is the best action, actually. I can believe Falconer is the best action here. They just got a duchy. A little bit suspect, I think. I think they've got another shuffle coming, and they're going to win this by ending colonies. Andy actually probably shouldn't touch colonies now. We'll see. They have activated their hand in their deck, so they can probably buy 4 provinces here. They could also buy colony and 3 provinces. That seems safe. So this may be that Andy has built this engine. It was a little bit slow to activate, but once they got it going, they were able to super leverage the payload. I think colony and 3 provinces is the best. There's no way Elijah can even double colony. They certainly can't triple colony. If they play this fortune teller as a horse and draw platinum spices, that's still only that's enough to double colony. So colony, triple province, and then next turn just platinum emptying the colonies or provinces, whatever Elijah touches. They also could have considered going. Yeah, they cannot empty the estates. So triggering that shuffle is tough. That's a lot of platinums that didn't make that shuffle. It's not clear to me if Andy has enough money. I didn't do the math. They bottom deck 3 cities. Again, that's probably okay. They're not that's not the end of the world. They've got 3 cities on top, and they've got 28 money. So you can buy one province here, and we know that Elijah has seen 4 platina not in this shuffle. So but they do have some spices going on. And as Andy said, yeah, sorry, doing the math. There's some complicated math here. I probably wouldn't have said that until about a minute or 2 minutes after now. So the question they have is how do they win if Elijah buys a province on this turn, a colony on this turn? Elijah's got 72, so Andy needs 42 VP to win, which would be colony, 4 provinces. That's 36, 66. So they would just need 3 duchies. So province and 4 duchies. 5 duchies here seems fine. You can also do the math if you'll draw, given 3 cities on top. So you can draw through a deck of essentially 20. So you've got 10 cities. If you subtract that, each city draws 2 cards. So you can draw through a deck of 20 cards with cities. And they've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If I did that math correctly. So no, you can draw through a deck of 15 cards cleanly, because if you have 10 cities, you can increase your hand size from 5 to 15. So the hand size does go down, and they've got 15 cards already, but they can go province, 5 duchies, so that's 7, 27. They can go province and 4 duchies, that's 23, and then buy like 3 oases. Province, 2 duchies, 4 oases, something like that. Yeah, so maybe province, 3 duchies, that gives them 15 points. They're up to 45. If Elijah gets a colony, they're up to 72. So Andy's got to score 28, which is just province, double duchy, or yeah, colony, triple province, and 1 or 2 more things. The Silk Roads, I did not do the math how much the Silk Roads were worth. They seem to be worth more. I'm worried about Andy being able to draw this turn now, with adding that many stop cards to the deck. And Elijah, I think, just has to take a province here and hope. I don't know, maybe you just take a Silk Road there. As I said, Andy's drawing very well here. That was a above average draw, I think, for them, given the number of cities they had and the number of cards. But they still may have been in a winning position there. It didn't matter that Elijah took the province. A little bit unfortunate final shuffle for Elijah, but Andy, I think, built the overall better engine. I think optimal. If you challenge that engine, it's a lot worse. And if you challenge if you optimize the money strategy a little bit more, I think you can do a little bit better. But overall, nicely spotted there by Andy, who wins the match 3-1. It looks like they're going to win their group, move on. Elijah's still got another match and could potentially still come in second in the group, make the bracket. Potentially we'll see these two again, maybe in the semifinals or finals. So good luck to these players in the rest of the tournament. And thank you all for listening. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any suggestions or thoughts about the play.